Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're live now. Okay. So what I was saying is that I'm just really excited, but let me tell y'all how I love every single one of you, okay? So I am an alum of Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, better known as FAMU, the #1 HBCU. And this is our homecoming week. And I intentionally made plans not to travel until after Marketing Outside the Box because I love y'all. Because if I was in Tallahassee, Florida right now, there's just no way I would even remember to be on time. So all of my friends were like, why are you not here yet? Why are you not on the road? Why are you not on a plane? I was like, I won't be there today. I'm not leaving until after 1:30. But yeah,
I've seen that campus. It's a nice campus. My granddaughter's family lives not too far in Gretna, which is like outside of Tallahassee. But Gretna's so small that we always travel to Tallahassee because everything has to be.
Yeah, I was like, I won't. Huh? I feel like someone was saying something. No? Okay. We are actually, as far as our campus, we have the largest HBCU campus in America, and it's very beautiful. But I think a lot of the HBCU campuses are beautiful. A&T is gorgeous, Winston-Salem State, beautiful, so on and so forth. But anyways, hello, everyone. So excited to have all of you here with us for the last session of this series. And I wish that we had time to do introductions for everyone I see in the Zoom room, but we almost never have time for me to even get through the announcements I need to make. So please, 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 if this is your first time with us, or if you're returning, use the chat feature, or on Facebook, use the comment section to introduce yourself to each other, share about your business, particularly since we're focused on Instagram this month. We want you to drop your Instagram name in the chat so that we can find you and follow back, etc. So yeah, we're gonna jump right into it today. I want to remind everyone, for those that have not been with us for the last 3 weeks, the first week we covered the basics of Instagram, making sure that you have an Instagram business account. Pause. I didn't introduce myself. Let's rewind. I always do this. Hello, everyone. I'm Magali Ascent. I am the interim executive director of a nonprofit organization by the name of Hustle Winston-Salem, which is located in North Carolina. We do this particular program, Marketing Outside the Box, in partnership with a few organizations in our community, one being the Foresight Tech Small Business Center, and the other being Flywheel Co-working Space, also located in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And we started this program, I guess 3 years ago now, something like that. Yeah, because we surveyed entrepreneurs and small business owners in our community and asked them for their greatest need. And we got an overwhelming response that it was marketing. They needed help with marketing. And marketing is a bit much for most small business owners. So we decided to do Marketing Outside the Box as a way to really provide bite-sized information for you to apply to your business. So we take a topic for the month, and we kind of break that topic into smaller pieces throughout the month, so that each week you learn something that you could hopefully go back and apply to your business that week. And by the end of the month, you've had enough information to really have had some type of marketing impact on your business. So that's the goal of Marketing Outside the Box. This is how we do it. Going back to what I was saying, the topic this month, it has been focused on Instagram for your business. During the first week, we focused on the basics, just making sure that everybody had an Instagram business account and not a personal account that they were using for their business, and walked you through the steps, making sure you have that set up the best way for your business. The second week, we focused on posts and captions and ways to write posts and things of that nature. Last week, we talked a little bit about Instagram TV, Reels, Live, and Stories, I think. And this week, we're just going to go over a few features and tools that Instagram have available to you as a business owner to make sure that you are taking advantage of those. And then at the end of this month, you'll receive the presentation for the entire month, because a lot of it has been me walking you through my phone screen, but there is a presentation that I'll provide each of you. And I'm looking in the sky as I say this because I recognize that I'm actually getting on the road. So you might not actually get that until Monday, now that I think about it, but you will receive, Lorena's laughing at me, you will receive that. But either way, you'll also receive the video presentations from this series as well. So just wanted to get that housekeeping out of the way. And a few other things for those that are with us for the first time with this series that I want to make sure you know is I'm sharing my screen from a phone. Let's cross our fingers that it works. During week 2, it just did not work with us. So we're going to cross our fingers that it works. So the screen will be a little smaller than a full screen since I'm sharing it from my phone. I keep it on Do Not Disturb, but apparently if you're using your phone on Do Not Disturb, you can still get calls and texts and things of that nature, which I don't understand, Apple. So I don't understand that concept of why you have it on Do Not Disturb then. So just know that hopefully we don't get any interruptions while I'm sharing my screen, but you might see a few interruptions come in and out. And then please, 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 especially since you're not getting the full presentation until early next week, please take as many notes as you can for you to be able to apply things to your business, okay? So let me get my screen shared. And while I'm doing that, if you have any questions from any of the previous weeks, feel free to use this time to unmute yourself and ask those questions. I'm happy to answer anything. Just getting my Instagram page up here for you.
I have a question. I'm sorry I missed part of the meeting last week. Reels, is it something because you mentioned that IGTV is better to use a video that you already have worked on and that you have previously recorded, but with Reels, can you use a previously recorded small video, or those are the one that you do in the moment and then you fix it up with words and captions and messages and stars? I've seen crazy things. It's like, I want to learn to do that. So what's the use of Reels? Is pre-recorded videos or they're done on the spot?
Yeah, I'm happy you asked that question. Before I go on, can you all see my screen or no?
Yes.
Okay, you see the phone? Yes.
Yes.
All right, perfect. So to answer your question, Lorena, Reels, you can do either way. It can be you're creating the video in the moment, or you can do pre-recorded. I actually suggest you do pre-recorded videos because I think they're easier personally, but you don't have to do pre-recorded. It's just my preference to do pre-recorded. But if you go back to last week's video, you'll see I kind of walked you quickly through both ways, both methods, where you can do pre-recorded, or you can do create the video or whatever your reel is going to be, because it doesn't have to be a video, contrary to popular belief. Your reel could be a picture and then you just put some animated something on the reel. So whatever, you can do it that way. But my suggestion, Lorena, is pre-recorded, but that's just because I don't like the stress of figuring it out in the moment. The only thing that I don't think, if you do pre-recorded, the only thing that I would not suggest is the music. Do not pre-record the music. You want to go ahead and pull the music from the options that Instagram have available, because if you have your music in advance and it's not approved by Instagram, they may remove your video or mute it or whatever the case may be. Any other questions before I get started? And if you put it in the chat, I won't see it. So Tony or someone else would need to say that. So we're looking at my phone, right? Okay. So the first thing that I want us to go through today is, again, we're going through just various tips and features of Instagram that may benefit your business. So the first one we're going to cover is Instagram shopping. Okay. So I think this is an amazing feature for businesses, especially if you have a product that you sell. This is one of the most popular things that Instagram have provided us in the last, I don't know, year and a half, probably it's been now that we've had IG shopping. But in a nutshell, Instagram shopping posts makes it easier for people to shop on your platform. And you heard me say post because there are various ways to do this. I'm going to start with the post and then I'll come back to the add shop feature. So Instagram has e-commerce features on their platform. Very, very simple to do, but you first need to set it up for your business to be able to do Instagram shopping posts, okay? And there's a process where Instagram approves. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. There's a process where Instagram has to first approve, and we'll go through that in a moment for you to be able to sell or shop, for people to shop on your page, and we'll go through those steps in just a second. But I want to cover the posting before I go into the actual shop itself. So Instagram feed posts are a great way for followers to discover you and discover your products. And that's because Instagram actually have a shopping feature. If you can see the bottom of my screen, you'll see like something that looks like a shopping bag. If you click on that, Instagram, if you have shopping posts, Instagram allows anything that people have posted, like they kind of choose things that they want to highlight. So very, very similar to the reels, how Instagram choose reels and things of that nature. Having shopping posts really gives you a lot of exposure. So you want to make sure that you're taking advantage of that. By doing that, you add a direct route for people to shop, and Instagram supports you in doing that. So here are the things that you need to know about, I'm sorry, getting a phone call. Here are the things that you need to know about posting on Instagram. And I'm going to use an example. Let's see. I looked at SharePins. So SharePin is one of our hustlers. We're going to look at her page because she has posts where you can shop. So let's say, for example, this picture here. You see, she posted, she's showing this product. Instagram puts, do you see like a white dot over?
We still see hustle.
Oh, you still see hustle?
Yes, at least I do.
I think you have to reshare when you change. You have to, I think sometimes it does.
Not from the phone. It's probably because I got that phone call. Let me stop sharing and do it again. It's probably because that phone call came through. When you're on the phone, you're not switching screens per se, so it shouldn't have done that, but I'm pretty sure it's because that phone call came through.
Jason had a question.
Okay.
He said, with IG shopping, can I start without a website?
No, you cannot, and I'll talk about that in just a moment. With IG shopping, you need to have a website of some sort. So y'all can see my phone again or no? Yes? Okay. I'll talk about, you said that was Jason who asked the question? I'll come back to that in just a moment, Jason. Can you all see my screen, my phone?
Yes, hustle.
Okay, because my computer keeps saying it's paused, and I'm like, why is it paused? So you see me moving up and down, it's not paused, right? All right, perfect.
I don't see you moving.
You don't
No, it's not moving.
Like what? The cursor?
This is so aggravating. Let's try it one more time. And then if not, I'm going to have to walk y'all through it because I'm not going to spend all day fighting with Zoom. I think I know what's happening here. Let's see. You all can you see me moving the screen up and down? All right.
Yes.
So we're going to use SharePins as the example. I just went to her page. All I did was go to her page and I looked for a post with shopping, and you can tell a post has shopping because if you see, well, you can't see where my finger is on the phone, but the post where she is kind of centered here and I'm about to tap on it, you always see like a little shopping bag on a post, and that's how you know it's a shop post. And I'm just showing this so you can know how to locate it. And on her page, when you first click on a shop post, Instagram immediately puts these white dots over the products that you are trying to get people to shop with. And in her case, it's the earrings that she has her fingers on. So when I first clicked on the post, and I'm going to go back so you can see, Instagram kind of puts a white dot over the product. Did you all see that? So yeah, so then you can click view products or just click on a shopping bag from there, and it kind of shows you everything. It shows you the featured post, but it shows you everything that person has. You go into their shop, etc. You want to do this for your business. One of my favorite brands, the Lip Bar, very similar. If you go into their shopping, any of their shopping posts, you click view products and they'll show you, in this case, she's selling a bundle. They'll show you everything in that bundle. You can purchase it, etc. So if you are a product-based business, same thing. If you are you see those white dots, they're featuring these two products where you see those white dots. But if you are a product-based business, this is one of the best things you can do for your business on Instagram. Now, how do I get to that? How do you as a business owner get the opportunity to do that if you're not already doing that? That's what I'm about to walk you through, and it should answer your question, Jason. Hopefully this doesn't pause my screen again. I think it did. Let me do something. Let me change I think every time I go to my notes, that's what's happening. I think that's where I'm messing up. So bear with me a moment and I'll get you all right where I need y'all. Okay. Is my screen where you can't tell? Am I moving my screen? Can y'all see me moving it? Okay, perfect. All right, so I'll look at my notes from a separate screen here. So how do we do this? The first thing you want to do is add Instagram shops to your account, right? You want to first do that. And you probably ask, well, how do I add Instagram shops to my account? Let's see, resume share. How do you add Instagram shop to your account? Do you all see where it says add shop on my screen? That's the first step you will do. That's literally the very, very first step. But when you do that, Instagram will automatically ask you a few questions. there are 6 steps that you're going to have to go through in order to do that. The first step that Instagram is going to do is to check your eligibility. As long as you are a US-based business, you're going to pass that space. You're going to get approved for that particular eligibility. There are a lot of other countries and places that Instagram approves as well. But in our cases, because we are, hopefully, I think most of you are US-based businesses, you shouldn't have a problem with that first eligibility thing. Now, if for any reason you have a business that is not based in the US, you may encounter a few steps that you may need to follow through with Instagram in order to pass that first eligibility, that piece, to make sure you're part of a supported market. Let's see here. The next thing is you have to have a product. In order to do Instagram shop, it's not for service-based business. You have to have eligible product. Now, remember, I say this to people all the time. I think my screen stopped sharing, but we don't need it right now. Remember, I say this to people all the time, that in order, even if you sell a service, you can still very much have a product as a service-based business. You can sell your service as a product. You just need to package it correctly. Whether that's you created videos that you are selling now, selling your videos, whether that's you decided to make a workbook based on some of the things that you talk about, whether you do a podcast and you want people to pay to get the additional assets that come with your podcast, you can create a product. But again, in Instagram's case, they will approve whether or not they believe it's an eligible product. So just, again, if you're a service-based business, don't think you're automatically out of the running for that eligibility. You'll need to sign their merchant agreement and their commerce policies, simple, normal documents. You go through it with your business eye if you happen to want a lawyer to look at it, but I'm sure it's pretty standard. And then your business, the fourth thing to check your eligibility, your business have to own a website domain in which you sell these products from or sell them on. So that's just the eligibility pieces of Instagram. You're going to have to be in a supported market, which if you're in a US-based business, you are. You're going to have an eligible product. You're going to have to sign the merchant agreement and policies. Then you have to have a website that Instagram, if they need to, they can send people to purchase the products. So that's your eligibility thing to first create a shop. The next thing is you're going to want to convert to a business or creator account. We went over this in week 1. So if you were not with us in week 1, I'm not going to go through it today. I'm going to try to share my screen again. But if you were not with us in week 1, please go back to that video. Please make it your like intent today. Like if you don't have it, make it a priority today to convert your Instagram account to a business account. That's essential to the success of you having Instagram shop. It's required. So if you don't have it, you can't make your business account as effective as it needs to be. Let's see here. And the other thing is, I'm going through these steps again. It's kind of aggravating. But the other thing is, if you don't choose to do a business account, we talked about this during week 1 as well. You can make a creator account. Creator accounts can also have shop on their page. So just think about that. Go back to the video from week 1 to know the difference between creator and business account. But you have to have one of those in order to have a shop on your page. The third thing is, so that's step 2. Step 1, eligibility. Step 2, you must have a business or creator account. Step 3, you have to connect to a Facebook page. I want to be clear that this does not mean that you have to connect to a Facebook shop page, because there is something known as Facebook page shop. You're not required to do that, but you have to connect to a Facebook page. My suggestion is it needs to be a Facebook business page, but it's not required. But it is in your best deal to make it a business page and not your personal page. And we'll go through Facebook business pages next month, starting next week. So on your Facebook page, you'll go to your business Instagram profile. I'm sorry, you go to your profile on Instagram. I'm telling you the steps how to connect it to your Facebook page. You go to your Instagram profile, you select edit profile. So you'll see me walking you through the steps here. Y'all still see my screen, right? You select edit profile. And then under the public business information here, you just go to select page, and you see right here where we have hustle. That's where you'll make the connection. Okay. That's where you will do it. That's the process. Ours is already connected, so I won't have to walk you through the steps, but if yours isn't connected, that's how you connect your page to your Facebook page. Again, your Facebook business page. I really don't suggest you connect it to your personal page. It's not in your best interest to do that at all. Okay. So that's step 3. So step 1, eligibility. Step 2, make sure it's a business account. Step 3, connect it to Facebook. Step 4, Instagram is going to ask you to upload your product catalog. So whatever products you want to sell. Again, if you are selling a service, you can make your services into products. We've talked about this in the past. I won't delve into it, but you're going to have to upload some forms of products. There's 2 ways that Instagram allows you to do that. And again, this will be in the presentation that I sent to you, but please take notes today. There's the do-it-yourself way of doing this. There's something called a catalog manager that's on Facebook that you can do it there. So I know we're talking about Instagram, but as many of you know, Instagram and Facebook are the same company now. So on Facebook, there's something called a catalog manager, and you can upload your products there. And that's the do-it-yourself way. The second way is there are platforms that partner with Instagram that you can do this through, such as Shopify. That's an example of one, but there are a number of platforms. You just have to find one of the approved Instagram platforms that do this, and you can upload your products through there so that Instagram has your product catalog, okay? So step 1, eligibility. Step 2, business account. Step 3, connect to Facebook. Step 4, product catalog. Remember, there are 6 steps. The fifth step, Instagram is going to review. That's not, it has nothing to do with you. Instagram is going to review your account, but you have to submit it to them, obviously. So again, you go to your Instagram profile. In this case, you're going to tap settings. So this is where we do the hamburger menu at the top, those 3 lines that you see, and you go into settings. I don't see it, but there should be an option that says sign up for shopping. Let's just click add shop and see if it pops up. You can do it this way as well, but it should have been there too. Did I miss it? Did y'all see it? Sign up for shopping. Am I not seeing it? I'm not crazy, right? Maybe it's in business. Maybe they moved it. Oh, there we go. Set up Instagram shopping. So now you have to go into business first. Again, I'll tell y'all, this is an ever-changing platform. So you go into there first and go into set up Instagram shopping, and you just follow the same steps that you need to submit it at that point. You'll go through the steps. It's very simple, and you're just waiting for Instagram to get back to you. Once Instagram gets back to you, because they'll let you know once you're approved, if there's any issue. Once they get back to you, you'll have the option to turn on shopping, okay? And then you'll be set up. That's Instagram shopping in a nutshell. Honestly, it's very simple, very beneficial to your business. I recommend it highly. The next thing that I want to cover, and it is kind of related to Instagram shopping, is shopping in your stories. Let me see if I can find an example. I'm sure Lululemon or the lip bar. The lip bar is still a good example. Let's see if I can find something. Okay, yeah, perfect example, right? You see in this story, they're selling one of their lipstick shades called Unimpressed. You can now, once you have Instagram shopping approved by Instagram, you can now add them to your story. It'll be an option in your stories, and that shopping bag is that key. You click that shopping bag, it'll show you the product for you to purchase it right then and there. Simple. Just want to make sure you know that you have the option that way. So once you have that, you're good to go. I just want to make sure that you know that option. Once you have set up your Instagram shopping, these are the ways to make it work for you. Same thing, I'm not going to go over it today, but think about how we went over lives and everything last week. Once you have Instagram shopping set up, you can get people to purchase things live from you in that moment, okay? That's just how it is with Instagram shopping. You make it work for you again. All right, so the next thing here that I want to go over with you is Instagram guides, okay? I talked about this a little bit. I mentioned it briefly last week when I told you when you look at kind of my feed, you see that box there with all the squares, then you see the real video clip, then you see the IGTV, and then you see this thing with a person, right? This thing right here that I just went to with a person. Now, interestingly enough, I didn't create these, so they must have some automatic way that they're doing this, because I haven't created a guide till this moment. But it's Instagram.
That's what's your tag then, if I'm not mistaken?
Oh, these are my tags. Where's my, oh, I don't have a guides up. I was gonna say, I never created guides. Sorry, you're correct. Let me, thank you, Tony. I was like, wait a minute. I would need to add guides. So plus sign, remember this plus sign is your friend, right? Plus sign. And you see the word guide at the bottom. Now, what are Instagram guides? These are literally like content that you can amplify for your followers, for whatever you're doing, right? And you can do places, products, posts, etc. A lot of people use Instagram guides when they're really wanting people to dig deeper into something, or if you have influencers use guides to kind of guide people through some step-by-step things. Let's see, like if, for example, I could decide to choose to create a guide, and I decide my guide is going to be all women-owned businesses because that matches our brand, or all minority-owned businesses, and we're providing guides for that case. So you can decide whatever you want your guide to focus on. You see there are 3 key areas that they kind of pay attention to with guides. I think what we've seen, and I'll try to find an example while we're on this call, but what we've seen with a lot of guides is that people typically use it as a way for you to connect more to their brand, as a way for you to trust them as a brand. If you're wanting people to listen to you, if you're wanting people to trust that you are well, or you're really robust in whatever content you're sharing, your knowledge, or whatever the case may be, I think guides are good in that way. Something else that I think would be really good to think about if you wanted to create guides is if you're sharing other content from other people, and I'll show you how to make save posts work for you in that way. But if you're sharing content from other people, you can create a guide with a lot of posts from other people in that way. So let's see who might have, does Later have guides? Yep, Later has guides. So this 1, 2, 3, the 4th menu item there is what a guide actually is. It's not the content where people tag you like I did initially, but that's a guide. And you can kind of see they put, in this guide, there's 15 different posts from something. And this is just content that's important to them and their brand, whatever the case may be. So their guide, this one is about speakers that they've had. It's a lot of content, so it doesn't really work in one post or something like that. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but you can add way more content. You can click on it. It's so much more content just quickly by clicking on one guide. It's almost like a storybook, right? You think about it that way. So like I said, if I decided to do women-owned businesses as a guide, and I chose, all the women-owned business on this call today, I can have it where I'm scrolling and people are seeing all of your pages, they're clicking on your accounts, whatever the case may be. So you think about whatever your brand is, whatever makes the most sense. That's a feature that most people are not using yet. Most small businesses are not using it, but it can be to your advantage. A lot of influencers are using it, but you can definitely use it to your advantage as far as guides are concerned. Okay. Let me see what else I wanted to tell you about guides before I move on. I'm making sure I'm looking at all my notes. I think you're good. I think I covered the general understanding of guides. If you have more questions about it, just let me know. And guides can be found on the Explore page. That's the little search icon you see at the bottom of my screen. People can find them there, or of course they can come to your page specifically to look at what guides you want. But again, creating guides expose your page more because Instagram realizes you're using their feature, so they'll put that feature in the Explore page automatically for you. Okay. Instagram stories. So I want to go over saves, or I'm gonna go over saving posts first, and then I'm gonna jump into stories because I want to close out on stories. Stories work really well with guides as well as with shopping. Not stories, excuse me. Saving works really well with guides as well as with Instagram shopping. So saving a post, Hustle have not saved a single post, so we're probably not the best example for saving a post for me to show you. I might go to my personal page to show you, but this saved, y'all see where it says save there? That's the feature I'm referring to, but it's not a public facing thing. So if I save something, you don't know that I saved it. Like if I go into our save post, you probably won't see anything because I don't think we've ever saved anything. But yeah, you're not going to see anything. We've never saved anything. But it's not public facing, but it's a good strategy tool for you to use as a business owner because you can start boosting your content strategy that way. Again, thinking about the guides, thinking about what you're selling or what you're connecting to your brand. So you can create topics for what you want to do guides on. So for example, let's just say I decided I wanted to save this post from Winston-Salem mixer, right? You see that little ribbon looking button at the bottom of the screen? You would tap that. If you just want to save it and not categorize it, you can just tap it and it'll save it. It'll be saved to your collections. If I go back to my hamburger menu up there, click saved, it's now there, just all posts that I've saved, right? However, what I suggest as a business owner, let me unsave that. What I suggest you do as a business owner when you're saving other content, and again, this is just for you, is that you hold down that ribbon. Don't just tap it. You hold down that ribbon, create a category. So I want to call this category community partners, right? So I'm going to call that community partners because Mixer is one of our community partners, and save it that way. So then I find something else that I want, that I see later. I'm sure I'll find another community partner in a heartbeat. So this is the Wake Forest School of Divinity. This is their Compass, Faith Compass. They're one of our community partners. So I would tap that. And now I want to add it to community partners. And you can create as many general save posts that you want or areas that you want. And the beauty of this is anytime you want to share content, or if you want to create a guide out of this, you can now easily go into your save post and make it work for you. Now, this is what most business owners do. I just use that community partners thing as an example for you. And it's not necessary for you to save posts. It's not necessary for you to create, various collections like I just showed you how to do. It is advisable for you to do so as a business owner, and things that you can do are things that will help you in research or inspire you or your followers as you think about content that you want to create for your Instagram page. So people have created a collection for what their competitors are posting. People literally go and save what their competitors are posting. People have collections that are visual inspirations for them to know of content that they want to post later to keep their page engaging. So they kind of create something similar. People have created posts where if they saw a great caption, they've saved posts where if they saw great captions, they had a category just called captions, and they would save those posts to inspire them at a later date and time, so ideas for future posts. People have saved things that were customer reviews. So if somebody said something and it was a customer review, you want to save it, you can do it there. People have saved categories of potential influencers. People have saved things for happy and unhappy customers so that you can go back to it. So you can use the save feature to your benefit as much as you want. You literally can make it work for you. And again, putting those in the guides will help you as you kind of create your guides, if you decide to create guides for anything in particular. Because again, guides give you a chance to compile your favorite posts into one piece of like featured content, instead of people having to search your page and do all of this. It's just you're guiding them through a process, through a story, or whatever the case may be. Okay. All right. The last thing that I want to cover today, which will probably take the maximum of the remaining 20 minutes we have left, is Instagram stories. I really wanted to delve into this and dedicate some time to this. I talked about it last week, just the gist of it. But what I want to talk about today with Instagram stories is making sure that you are utilizing the features in stories. I think I'm forgetting something before I do that. What do my notes say? I know what I'm forgetting. Link in bio. So I've been telling y'all there's a different link in. I'm going to jump to link in bio, then come back to Instagram stories in just a second. I've been telling you all for 3 weeks now, the link in bio we talked about during week 1 is different than the feature that's considered a link in bio. So link in bio is a very popular tool on Instagram that replicates your page, but people can actually click on your post to go to wherever they want to, as opposed to that one link you see at the top. When we talked about it during week 1 or 2, I talked about you see the link tree link that we have on our page. I talked about that. This is different than that. What I'm talking about, let's see who has. So Sprout Social, they have one because they literally have their own version of link in bio. Theirs is called Sprout. but you can literally go to linkedin.bio and create an account to create the exact same thing I'm about to show you. But if I click on theirs, for example, their link in bio, it duplicates anything that they decided that they wanted you to have more information about from their post. The only difference now, because it looks just like their Instagram page pretty much, right? The only difference now is if I click on one of the things that has link in bio, it takes me somewhere where I get more information on that particular post. Okay. So you can do that. Like, I think some of you have written books, some of you are doing podcasts. So this is really good for people with service-based businesses. And you can't really use Instagram to give everybody everything in that one post. This is a great way to do it by using the link in bio feature. So Sprouts literally has their own, but that you can also go to link in bio, and I think link in bio is created by Later. So you can go to linkin.bio and create your own, just like you could do with Linktree. Now, same example, link in bio, anything from their page that they wanted us to have more information about. Like if you click on it here, you can't get all the information because Instagram doesn't allow that. But if you click on their link in bio feature, you can click on any one of these things and it's going to give you more information, like whatever it is that they want you to go to. Like this one took me to a YouTube page. So I don't think you could, can you all still see my screen? You couldn't see that it took me to a YouTube page. I guess it won't let you see that, but that's what it took me to. It took me to a YouTube page. So it's whatever content you want them to go to. So if I'll use an example. Lorena has a podcast. So if Lorena decided to post a picture of, let's just say herself with her podcast mic in front of her and say, want to know what we talked about today? And then in her caption, she puts link in bio and they click on that link in bio and go to that same exact picture, except this time when they click it, it'll go to the podcast and we can hear the podcast instead of just looking at that picture. So that's an example. I wanted to make sure you knew about that feature. Most of these platforms offer it for free. So whether it is, whether you decide to do link in bio, whether you decide to do Sprout or any other platform, trust me, you're going to find the competitors. Most of them have a free version that you can use that will work just fine for your business. So make sure you're using that to your advantage, okay?
So sorry, I got a little bit confused. So the LinkedIn bio is like a competitor of Linktree, but better because each picture can take you to a different page?
They're sort of competitors, but they don't operate as competitors because Linktree and link in bio has different purposes. But the general answer to your question is yes. Link in bio is a better feature if you want people to read more content from that post. You know what I mean? Linktree, again, I'll share our Linktree. It just takes you to a number of different things. You know what I mean? So like you can click on this, will take you directly to our website. That will take you directly to our newsletter. This will take you to sign up for Marketing Outside the Box. I don't necessarily need every single post to take people to something different. So for me, link in bio is not necessary for this page. You know what I mean? For Hustle. But for a page like yours, you might find it beneficial. So I personally wouldn't describe them as competitors per se, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not, if that makes sense. But I wouldn't describe them that way. I just think they serve different functions. But in your case, Lorena, I would highly recommend using something like Sprout or link in bio. But generally, most people call it link in bio. It's like how we call everything Uber, even if we're using Lyft, we say I'm getting an Uber. It's the same concept. Most people call it link in bio, but you can use any platform you want that you think matches your brand. Does that make sense, Lorena?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, now that I saw it spelled out, linkin.bio, and then it will come your name.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Thank you.
All right, so let's spend these last 14 minutes going over the features on Instagram story that I want to make sure you all are taking advantage of. And I'm sure you are, but I just want to make sure. So we're going to kind of touch a little bit on them before we get off the call today. So the first one is, again, you click that plus sign and we go into story when you want to create a new story, right? By default, it assumes you want to put something. You're seeing my forehead. By default, it assumes you want to put, a video of some sort. But let's just say that I'm just posting, let's see what pictures I have. Let's just say I'm posting this picture, undesigned the red line. And I want to know if people even know what undesigned the red line is. So you can use a bunch of stickers, and that's what we're going to go through. These are the features I want to make sure you're using to engage with your audience. The first sticker that I want to go through is poll. So how do you get to your stickers? Do you see at the top of the screen there's like a square with a happy face in it that's kind of folded over? You want to click on that. That's going to give you access to all of the various stickers that I'm about to go through. The first one that I want to go through is the poll sticker. And some of you may know this. I'm just going over it in case you're not using it. So you'll click on the poll option there and you create whatever it is that you want to create for a poll sticker. So in my case, I want to know if people have seen this or not. So you can kind of type the question here. There are two ways to do this question. You can type your question. Let's just say, have you seen this exhibit? Because that's what undesigned the red line is. Have you seen this exhibit is what I want to ask the audience. You can change the color of that because, sometimes it's not like on this background, that white text, you would not have seen it. And the way I'm doing this, by the way, is just tapping that circle wheel at the very top. And that's how I'm changing the color. So you can put your question there and put it anywhere. Or what I tend to do is not put the question there at all. I literally never put a question. I just put my options inside the box. So you can change the word yes. You can change it to whatever it is that you want to do. I think there's a character limit. So yes, I've attended, or I've attended. Why can't I type today? I've attended. Okay, I can't type today. I've attended or have not attended. You can change it to percentages. You can do whatever you want in this box as long as it fits within there. Have not attended. As long as it fits inside of their character count. And I didn't want to use their font. I didn't want the question in there. So you can just create your own, like I showed you all last week. Have you seen this, And this is a great way to engage with your audience. Color wheel, because you can't see that on white. So let's just make it red, my favorite color. And whatever. So people respond, people will vote, and you can share the results in a story. And that's just a way to engage. You can do this with products. You can do this with services, whatever the case may be. The other feature that I want to show you. So let's assume we don't want this feature. I'm going to put it in the trash. We want to do the slider sticker. So I want people to tell me, did you enjoy it? I'm assuming my followers saw it. Did you enjoy it? And again, think of your products, think of your services, think of questions that you would ask that make sense for you. And, I want the thumbs up emoji instead of whatever. You can slide and choose whatever you want. You can add something new with that plus sign. And people, when you post it, like once you click your stories or click send to or wherever you want it to go, because you can send it to individual people if you want. They will vote. They'll be able to slide and you can kind of get responses from your followers. What I've noticed a lot of business owners do is they ask these questions, they use these stickers and these polls, etc., to get feedback from their customers. And then that kind of serve as the catalyst to the content that they then post on their Instagram page and in their stories. And I'll show you an example of one before we end here if we have time. The other sticker that I want to bring to your attention, again, we're going into the sticker thing, is the question sticker. And this, you don't have to use with a post. You can literally decide, all of these, you can do this. You can literally decide that's all you want your post to be. You don't need something in the background. You just click create. click the sticker emoji and click questions, because that's all I want. I don't want any background noise. I don't need posted, whatever. I'm asking my followers a question, or you're telling your followers to ask you a question. So, you know, a lot of people, I've seen a lot of businesses say, ask me anything. And then they'll post this and people will send them questions, and you can respond to the questions in their direct message, or you can respond to their question as a story itself. And you don't have to reveal who was asked the question or anything. A lot of times I've asked followers questions. Instead of them asking me a question, I will ask a question and then they use the box to respond. You know, have you seen my new product? Have you seen my new video? You know, have you seen my new reel? Whatever, like whatever it is you want to use to engage with your customer, you do that, you post it, they respond, you interact with it, however you want to respond. Again, my point is that you want to use these stickers to your advantage. And I'm pointing out just a few of the stickers. So that was the questions one. The quiz one is really, really good and interactive. You can add more options. You don't have to limit it to just 1 and 2 or option 1, whatever. My thing that I want to point out to most people is when you do the quiz, you have to tell Instagram which one is the correct answer. This is where a lot of business owners have failed. So I don't know, test, I'm just, whatever, assume you put in a question. We're going to put A, we're going to put B. We want to add more. There's a C option, and you can, this could be anything that you want it to be. I'm just putting in default things. And Instagram, 99% of the time will default your answer to B. Okay. So if your answer is not, you either always put it in B, but then if you always put it in B, your audience is going to always know the answer. But you tell Instagram which one is the answer. So in this case, D is my answer. So Instagram needs to know that D is my answer. So all I did was select the box. So if it was A, I would click A, like not the letter A that I typed, but the A with the circle around it. So Instagram knows when people answer the question, whether they got it right or wrong. And again, this could be good for your products and your businesses. Like the lip bar page that I showed you all moments ago, they tend to do this to ask us, you know, which product is best for, you know, skincare, this, whatever, and you choose based on what they put. And sometimes I get it right, sometimes I get it wrong, but that's just an example of how you can use the quiz feature and the quiz sticker. And then the last sticker I want to show you is a countdown sticker, which is probably my favorite. The countdown sticker is really, really good. If you've created one before, Instagram is going to ask you if you want to duplicate it. If you haven't, you click create countdown. And again, you can tap that color wheel to change the color if you want to, whatever the case may be. You have to name the countdown. So I'm going to call it Countdown to Homecoming. And you put in the time. The thing with the countdown feature that I want to make sure you're doing, again, this could be a countdown to your podcast. This could be a countdown to your grand opening. This can be a countdown to a business reveal. I mean, this can be a countdown to you going live. So everybody knows you're going live in, 2 hours, whatever you want it to be for your business. The thing that most people mess up on is, you see where it has all day. Instagram defaults it to all day. That's Instagram's default. And you just put in a date. So if it's going to be an all day thing, fine, that's not a problem, right? Because then Instagram is just going to say, okay, that's the timeline. But if most cases we're not doing something all day, our countdown isn't an all day thing. So you make sure you tap that down and you put the time that's necessary. Thursday, October 28 at 11:24 is when my countdown is for. And Instagram does the work for you. And again, whatever you want to do. And your countdown exists, okay? I didn't post any of this, obviously, because I'm showing you how to do it. But once you do any and everything, you will click post. I will never suggest that you do all of these in one story. I'm just showing you these different things so that you know how to use them. But you would obviously want to make these separate stories as ways to engage with your audience. Did you have a question for me, Jackie?
So I actually have that countdown in March. Grand opening in March. So if I put that countdown, will it stay on there until that, if I put it in there or no?
So no, the story won't stay there for 24 hours, but I'm glad you asked that question, because what happens is when you have this story, people who see the story, there's something Instagram shows them, they can choose to be reminded when that date comes.
Okay.
And Instagram will alert them that, remember that countdown you wanted to be reminded of? Yeah, now most people, I will say, generally speaking, do a countdown 24 hours before, something like that. Some people do it 48 hours before. In your case for March, if you decide, let's just say you decided to do a countdown today, right?
Mhm.
I would say for March, I would suggest that you do it every couple of weeks.
Okay.
Like I would
Yeah,
do
because I mean, I kind of got the date out there because, you know, some people work by calendars.
Mhm.
So that reminder feature might work. And then, like you said, every couple of weeks to remind them. So
Yeah, you want to
that
build
was
that
good.
hype around it. You definitely want
Right. Yeah, I'm building hype around it now. So yeah, thanks. That really helped. That's really helpful.
Absolutely. And again, if we had a shopping page, you would see shop as an option here too. You would see that as an option. You all see this thing that looks like a link at the top of my page. This thing that like a paper clip, I guess, the link. You can use that to add links to your stories. So if you want to add a link to your to like your website or something like that. Generally, you need the shopping feature. I'm not gonna lie, I've seen it, because otherwise it's gonna try to ask you to add like a partner or something like that for it to work at its best. But that's what it's for. Now, let me try to find an example or two before we get to our 1:30 mark of the things that I just said. Let's see what Lululemon got going on. I like Lululemon, y'all. So they have the shopping feature on theirs, that all of theirs is to purchase something. You see how at the bottom of each of their stories that shop.lululemon. So they're using that. Let me see who else I can show as an example. I'm just addicted to the lip bar, y'all. I'm just gonna go back to them. Let's see what they have going on. So they have the products. I'm trying to see if they have any of the quizzes. No. Let's just try later media, then I'll quit after this. Okay, great. So they have an example that you see they've designed and decorated their sticker to fit their brand, but they have an example of, have you spotted this new Instagram story sticker? This is just them engaging with their audience. This is an example of them putting the link in there, like I was telling you about. Use that link feature. So I just want you to see some examples in action. Let's see what Sprout has done. If they've done anything. They're using they're just engaging with their audience. What's scary social media? I'm assuming SMM stands for social media. I could be wrong. I don't know what SMM is. But I'm sure people have responded to them. So just ways to engage with your audience. I wanted to make sure you're aware that you want to make sure Instagram is fun for your business, fun for your audience. You're using it to your benefit, things of that nature, okay? I think I was recently on her page because she had the shop, and I wanted to show you all the shop, an example of the shop. But either way, just wanted to make sure you're using those features. You're thinking outside the box of things that'll make your business more attractive on Instagram, whether it's through guides, whether it's through the link in bio feature, whether you're doing more in your stories. You want to make sure that you're using these features to your benefit. And if you have a product, there's absolutely no reason to not have Instagram shop on your page, okay? You have to have it. I'll use this as a positive. This isn't a negative thing, but I'm calling her today because I was going to use her page as an example, but I want to show Lizzie is one of our hustlers as well. And her products are amazing. If you don't use her products, you need to. Her products are amazing, but I'm calling her today because she's attended marketing outside the box before, but I couldn't find an ad shop on her page. So she's getting an email from me today. I need you to add it on your page. So don't be that person where I'm going to be sending you an email when I want to use you as an example and I can't, okay? So if you have a product, please, please, please make sure you're sharing that on your page. I think I'm a little over time, but are there any questions for me at this time?
Tanya would like to know, she says she has never used stickers before. What happens to the responses? How long do we have to see them, or do they go away in 24 hours like the story does?
Yep, so responses, you'll see the responses immediately as the page that posted it. You'll get it as a notification. Let me share again. You know where your notifications are on your Instagram? It'll come there for you. Let me just show you really quickly. And I know we're over time. If you have to go, I get it. But your responses for a story, you see where this heart is and you see a dot there on my page? The heart at the very top, there's a heart with a dot. That's where your responses will come. It'll come literally like a notification. Most times it's going to be up in that new section, sometimes right above that new section. The only time you don't get it there is if it's the question box. If it's the question box, you get it in your DMs, which is this arrow here. You get it in here. So the person will respond and you will see their answer in there in your DMs. So that's where the responses are. As far as the time frame, 24 hours. Everything in Instagram story is 24 hours. So everything happens within that 24 hours. Now, if you decide to share a response, it's 24 hours from the time you shared that response. So anything on Instagram story is 24 hours from the second you posted it is 24 hours to the second. Okay. Hopefully that answers your question. Any other questions for me? And again, if you have to leave, I understand. Any other questions for me?
Yeah, this is Lorena. I signed up the other day for this Buy Me a Cup of Coffee. It's kind of a donation. Since I'm not a nonprofit, I cannot have the donate button, but it's like Patreon. But I still haven't figured out how to add it to my buttons where I've seen it in other Instagram accounts. It's like a Buy Me a Cup of Coffee. Mm-hmm. But have you heard anything about it?
It's probably just an app or something or an additional thing. I promise you, if I Google Buy Me a Cup of Coffee Instagram right now, I will probably find it. But no, I haven't heard of it. But I'm happy to look into it for you. Buy me a cup. You said buy me a cup of coffee.
I haven't had the time. I don't know if you had experience with them or not.
Oh no, I haven't heard of it, but I'm gonna look into it because I'm intrigued. If I find any information, I'll share it with you.
Karen would like to know, can I use Instagram in more than one device at the same time?
Yes, and I'm hesitating yes because I need to know what you mean. Like, what are you trying to do? But yes, you can use Instagram on your phone and then on your iPad and then, or your tablet rather, and even on the computer. Although if you've been with us since week 1, you know I don't recommend using Instagram on a computer. But yes, the short answer is yes. Now, if you're trying to accomplish something specific, then maybe you want to ask that specific question so I can ask you if that's feasible or not. But the short answer is yes, you can use it on multiple devices at the same time. Any other questions in the chat, Tony?
Okay. I have a last one. When you went to the hamburger options settings, there was something about co-branded something, and I've been reading, and it's archived inside your save or there. I think it was in business, and there was something about co-branded. Yeah, branded content, branded. You know what is that? Is like you're working with another creator, with another person on Instagram.
Yeah. So, and even that link that I was talking to you about before, this is where it comes with like any paid partnerships that you may have. Or if someone else is like in this, let me see, when we did the Black on Table Talk, we do that in partnership with all of these partners that you see at the bottom. So I was able to add the Center for Private Business, and vice versa. They were able to add me. And what that does for us is insights work for both of us in that way. Some of the sharing features work for us both in that way. And then the second branded content thing that you see, that's just particularly to ads.
So this is mostly you're working really closely with somebody and you want kind of the content being in both places.
Yeah.
Eliminates duplication. Okay. Thank you.
And it's not you paying Instagram. When it say paid partnership, that's not what it is. It's you have a paid partnership with this group or whatever, this other company or the entrepreneur. And to be fair, I've done it when it's not a paid partnership. It's just a partnership. You know what I mean? I've done it when, you know, Flywheel and I have worked on stuff together, and I would just list them as a paid partner, because you tell them if they're a paid partner or not. So yeah. So that's what that is. Any other questions? If not, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing that screen. And I promise y'all, everything that you've learned in this series and everything that you go try later, the way Instagram and Facebook works, we could literally have something completely different in the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So I share that to say, remember, this is an ever-changing platform, and that you know, you got to roll with the punches, but make it work for you as you can. Like, you know, last week, Tony reminded us that Instagram is getting rid of IG Live, the way we know it. It'll be changing. So just use it to your benefit as you can. And hopefully you can join us next month. We are covering Facebook. This is our topic. We're only doing it as a 3-part series, the first 3 Wednesdays in November. Because of course, the last week we are running into Thanksgiving, and I don't know about y'all, but it is my favorite holiday because I love to eat. So we will not have marketing outside the box that week, but same link, same time, same place. Hopefully you can join us. I think we are particularly covering very specific areas of Facebook. So we kind of thought through what we thought would be beneficial to you as a business owner. And those are the areas we are covering. If you need something beyond those 3 areas that we're covering over the next 3 weeks, just send us an email. But Tony, remind me if I forget anything, but I believe we're covering optimizing your business page. We're covering Creator Studio. We are covering groups, managing and hosting groups. And there's one more, optimizing your business page, as well as the business suite. Those are kind of combined. So those are the things we're covering in the month of November. So hopefully you can join us to make sure that you're making the most out of Facebook, which is even more ever-changing for your business. And again, thank you for sticking with me for an extra 10 minutes, and you all enjoy the rest of your week. And bye to the Facebook group as well. I thought I stopped the live. Let me see. Bye Facebook group again.